Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Monday, January 30th, 2023, and giving you team and total pick for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Syracuse Orange vs Virginia Cavaliers. The number 7 ranked Virginia Cavaliers visit the JMA Wireless Dome in Syracuse, New York on Monday for an Atlantic Coast Conference clash with the Syracuse Orange. Virginia improved to 16-3 overall and 8-2 in ACC play, following its 76-57 victory over the Boston College Eagles on Saturday. Armin Franklin was the leading scorer for Virginia with 18 points. The Cavaliers have won each of their last 6 and 8 of the last 9. The Cavaliers have won 6 straight games and 3 of their last 4 road games. They are playing well offensively, even on the road where they are averaging more than 71 points per game. They do a good job finding the open man and they're aggressive on the offensive glass, which will give them more scoring opportunities. They also do a good job protecting the ball, turning it over less than 10 times per game, and won't give the Orange a lot of easy scoring opportunities. The Orange usually play well defensively, but they struggled in recent games, giving up more than 73 points per game in their last 3 games, and will have a hard time slowing down the Cavaliers in this game. The Orange have lost 3 of their last 4 games. They struggled offensively during the stretch, scoring a little more than 72 points per game in their last 3 games. Their rebounding also dropped off during the stretch, so don't expect them to get a lot of extra scoring opportunities against the Cavaliers. They were also careless with the ball, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the Cavaliers, who average 7 steals per game on the road. Our team pick is Virginia Cavaliers minus 4.5 points. The Cavaliers play well defensively, and they're just as good on the road where they are holding opponents to 65 points per game, so expect them to keep Syracuse's offense in check. Go with Virginia to cover the spread. Over their last 5 games, the Cavaliers have averaged 26.8 field goals made per game, while Syracuse has averaged 28 makes per in the same stretch. These aren't the type of teams to be blazing up and down the court, but they both move the ball very well and set up good opportunities for themselves. Our total pick is over 135 points. Combined, these teams have seen 25 of their games go over the total this year, including the last 3 for Virginia and 9 of the last 10 for Syracuse. In the Cavaliers' last 11 games versus a team with a winning record, the over is 9-1-1, the same exact record Syracuse games have had. This should be an easy get for us to start the week off. The Citadel Bulldogs vs Chicago State Cougars. Chicago State's extremely busy week makes me weary. They have played Coastal Carolina, Stanford and Aurora University all within the past week. That sort of wear and tear will bring fatigue from gameplay and the amount of travel that the team has endured. The Bulldogs come off of Monday's game with a loss, but they did win back-to-back games beforehand. Stephen Clark has the ability to erupt on the offensive end. He should deliver a home win to his side. Our team pick is Citadel Bulldogs minus 1.5 points. The Bulldogs are one of the top free throw shooting teams in the nation. These two teams boast very poor scoring defenses, which should lead to tons of points on Monday night. Our total pick is over 140.5 points. The over is 4-0 in the Cougars' last 4 road games. The over is 5-2 in the Bulldogs' last 7 games, following an against-the-spread loss. South Dakota State vs UMKC. South Dakota State comes into this game having won 8 of their last 12 games. They are playing much better right now. The Jackrabbits opened the season just 3-7, but this team has performed much stronger over the last several weeks. SDSU has given up more than 65 points just 3 times in their last 8 games. This team is defending at a very high level too. Kansas City is playing well right now too. The Roos have won 3 straight games, but South Dakota State is in stronger form right now. The Kansas City offense has also been inconsistent all year. The Jackrabbits' defense should be able to limit them in this matchup. Our team pick is South Dakota State plus 15.5 points. South Dakota State has given up more than 65 points just 3 times in their last 8 games. This team is playing their best and defending at a very high level right now. Kansas City comes into this game on a 3-game winning streak, but the Roos have been inconsistent offensively all year. Our total pick is under 153.5 points. Kansas City has scored 61 points or less 8 times this season. Texas Longhorns vs Baylor Bears. The Baylor Bears go back on the road Monday night, ranked number 17 in the nation with 16 wins on the year, riding a 6-game winning streak after a 3-point victory against Arkansas. Defensively, Baylor did just enough, allowing only 64 points on 50.9% shooting, and Baylor forced 15 turnovers to the victory. Offensively, Baylor did struggle, scoring only 67 points on 33.9% shooting, but knocked down 21 free throws to score 40 points in the second half, leading to the victory. Baylor has dominated their matchups with the Longhorns recently, winning 13 of their last 14 contests with them. Baylor has had much success at the Moody Center recently, losing only once in the last 7 games. Baylor has won against the spread in 4 of their last 6 games. Texas has lost 4 of the last 6 games versus the spread. With no real home court advantage for the Longhorns, look for these trends to continue and expect Baylor to control the game from opening tip-off. Our team pick is Baylor minus 6.5 points. Both teams can score, ranking high in several key offensive categories, and the Bears' defense can let up a fair number of points at times. Texas has gone over in 3 of its previous 4 contests. Our total pick is over 143.5 points. Baylor and Texas rank 140th and 45th the country in average pace of play, respectively. Most signs point to a higher scoring affair. Texas Tech Red Raiders vs Iowa State Cyclones. The Iowa State Cyclones continues a road trip Monday night with a game in Texas against the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Iowa State comes into Monday ranked number 12 in the nation, with 15 wins on the year after losing 3 of the last 5, including a 17-point blowout loss against Missouri on Saturday. Defensively, Iowa State struggled as Missouri poured in 78 points, including 42 in the first half on 49.1% shooting and 46.7% from beyond the arc. Offensively, Iowa State did shoot the ball well, making nearly 45% of their shots, but made just 37.5% from the free throw line and turned the ball over 19 times in the loss. Iowa State is 8-3 in their last 11 games, with 2 wins over top 7 opponents in their last 4. Their most recent game was a 78-61 upset at the hands of the Missouri Tigers. The Cyclones hit 6 threes on 40.0% shooting, while the Tigers made 14 on 46.7%. Iowa State did win the rebounding battle 38-25, with 16 offensive boards. They did turn the ball over 19 times while only forcing 12 out from Missouri. While it ultimately wouldn't have made any difference, they probably are a bit embarrassed about shooting 37.5% at the free throw line, though on only 8 attempts, another issue. They failed to cover the spread of -1, and the total went under 142. Texas Tech had covered in 8 straight games dating from March 2019 to March 2022. Iowa State flipped that on its head when they blew out the Red Raiders by 34 earlier this month. Let me remind you, that game was only 3 weeks ago, and since then the Cyclones have beaten number 7 Texas and number 5 Kansas State, while Texas Tech lost to both. The Red Raiders have gone 2-6 at TS in their last 8 games as well. The combination of Iowa State's intense ball pressure and the already high turnover rate for Texas Tech is a hard disadvantage to overcome. Our team pick is Iowa State Cyclones minus 1.5 points. I expect that the biggest difference between this game and their matchup earlier this month is that Texas Tech won't surrender as many points at home. Additionally, Iowa State plays quite slowly, ranked 314th in Pomeroy's adjusted tempo, out of 363 qualifying teams, which means fewer possessions and opportunities to score. That helps them hold opponents to 60.5 points per game, the 11th best mark in the nation. Both of these teams tend to play somewhat sluggish on Mondays as well, with the Cyclones hitting the under in 6 of their last 9 Monday games, and the Red Raiders seeing the under in 4 of their last 5 home games on Mondays. Our total pick is under 128.5 points. In their last 5 games against each other, they've averaged a combined 122.4 points. I'm on the under.